Hello there everybody, how's it going? It's Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Happy June 1st, or sad June 1st, whichever your perspective is. I mentioned sad June 1st only because it's the day after Mania. It's like the day after the super crazy Mania. So now those of us who decided to do 30-something new starts, sort of at a loss like what we're supposed to do today. I am having a, shall we say, a manic day that almost makes Mania seem kind of tame. I have a lot going on today, and I have something in my eye. Not sure what that is. Okay, so we're just going to roll with it and hope that it comes out on its own. What do I have going on today? The new blocks for the Postcards from the World and Pumpkin Passport either came out or are coming out today. I have my monthly month Sal in Cross Stitch Finish Line, aka June by the Cricket Collection, that I need to start. Wine and Whips starts today. I am casting on 3 new hand knit shawls for various knit-alongs. One is a mystery knit-along, one is for Camp Loopy with the Loopy U, and one is for another knit-along hosted by one of the podcasts that I watch. Actually, 2 of the podcasts that I watch. Anyway, so a lot happening today, on top of the fact, I haven't made mention of this on my videos yet, but I think that I'm okay to do so now. I'm getting married on Saturday. I'm so excited. I'm ready to get to next week, is really what I'm ready for, really what I'm excited for. Danny and I are leaving on Sunday morning, and we are headed to our honeymoon. And I'm ready. Bring it on. So yeah, wedding happening this Saturday. I know that originally my wedding was scheduled for the end of May, but various circumstances that it's not really necessary to go into now was postponed and shrunk down to bare bones. So that's happening on Saturday, this Saturday, as in like just over 72 hours from now. I'm so excited. So anyway, cross stitch, that's really what we're here for. I am hoping to make this a quick one because, like I said, I've got a lot going on today, and I need to get back to it. I have a couple of whips that I've worked on, and then the remaining of my Maynia starts. So let's go ahead and get started with the whips that I've worked on. Let me see here. I'm normally so good about organizing these in the order that I need them to be in, and I just didn't do that this time. So, let's see. I have them all here. Oh, okay. Okay, so the first whip that I worked on is my Saturday piece. You'll be seeing a preview image of it here. It is the Dove by Ava's Creations on Etsy. And you'll also be seeing a clip of what it looked like the last time we spoke. And I worked on this on Sunday, actually. And here is where I am now. So I finished his tail. And literally everything is done except for the big wing that comes up this way. So not a whole lot left to do. But I had to put this down for a very particular reason. And the reason is that I really don't think I have enough thread. So here's what I've got. I have this length, 6 strands, and I have this length of 4. So I essentially have 5 lengths worth of thread left. And it took me, I want to say 3 or 4 just to do this tail. So there's no way that I'm going to get 5 lengths to complete that big wing. So I had to order a new thread, another skein. And I'm a little bit concerned about dye lot issues. So what I figured I would do is I would order that skein and then compare it to what I've got left. If there's a vast difference, then I will just use that skein to do the wing. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm tripping there. If there's not a lot of difference, then I'll use the rest of what I've got and then use the other skein to finish it up. So, regardless, I've got plans to get this finished. That's probably not going to happen until after we get back from our trip, because I just checked my order status today and it's not supposed to ship out until tomorrow. It takes about 3 to 4 days depending from Utah, so yeah, it won't be here in time. So that's fine. It'll be here, but I won't be. So that is my dove by Ava's Designs. And this is on a 32 count cream Belfast linen, as per usual. My thread, I don't think I mentioned it. It is Dinky Dyes Silk, and it is in the color Boolia, just a pretty purple. And as I've mentioned 1,000 times before, this is an homage piece to Prince. Okay. Now, in my video last week, I mentioned that I've been hankering to work on a Heaven and Earth design, and I wanted to make a new start, but I didn't have fabric, and I'm out of kitting materials at this point, so I'm out of my flossway bags, which I like to use for Heaven and Earths in the event that I don't have, in the event that I don't have the floss pack organizers. Not floss pack, Paco floss organizers. So I didn't have enough flossway bags to get this new Heaven and Earth design started, and I didn't have fabric. So I decided to pull out a whip. Okay, so the whip that I decided to work on is one that Sarah Stitches 86 on Instagram, and I believe she's Tipsy Stitcher on FlossTube. She's working on the full-size version of this, and I just happened to be watching one of her latest videos, and I was like, yep, I'm going to work on that one. So here's a preview image of it. It is Mini Pirate by Sabine Rich, and this is a little clip of where I was last time. I didn't get a whole lot of progress on this because I was focused on Maynia, but I got some done. So basically I was working on that 4th column. I really wanted to finish that 4th column before I put this away, but I just didn't have the opportunity. I had too much going on. So I made some pretty decent progress there. And this is the great big feather in the back of her hat. And this is on my standard for Heaven and Earths, 25 count white Lugana from Zweigart. This is the fabric that I could not find. But as I don't want to have any more fabric struggles. I didn't want to have to go to ridiculous lengths to get fabric. I just said, fine, it's fine. No big deal. Okay. Oh, forgot to put these in there. I'll set this over there so I remember to do that. Okay. So I have another whip, but I'm going to save that to the end because it makes more sense at the end. So let's just go ahead and get working on last week in Maynia. These were the last of my starts for Maynia. And I believe I have 5 here. Nope, 6. I have 6. Okay, so first up, let me see, on Thursday. Why am I struggling with dates again? And I don't have my iPad to look it up. Okay, on Thursday, there we go. On Thursday, May 26th, I got started on Mill Hills Snowy Owl Snowman. This is a part of the Jim Shore collection. And I got pretty good progress done on this. Oh, sorry. That will make it difficult. There we go. So that's what you're seeing there is the snowman's scarf, and then one of his, I guess, arms. I almost called it a wing, but he's a snowman. He doesn't have wings. So that's what I got done there. I think I did maybe 3 or 4 lengths. So not a ton of progress, but enough to call it a start. This is beautiful, but it is one of the most colorful of these bead kits that I've started for Maynia. And some of the prettiest beads. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, gorgeous beads. Looking forward to getting back to this one, as I always say, to get to work on those beads. That will be lots of fun. Okay, not finagling with that now. We'll do that in a moment here. I'm going to set that over there. Okay, next Friday, May 27th, I got to start on a piece that I was so excited about. And that is the Gryffindor crest. This is by Stitchering on Etsy. And I am stitching this on 30 count parchment linen. What I shared on the Maynia Facebook group, I made some more progress after that because I just wanted to. I wanted to get into the maroons. So here's where I am. Now it's going to look a little bit pixelated and a little bit, I don't know, oddly colored. But it's going to clear up. It's going to even out once I get the rest of the stitches in. I hope. So that's what I got done there. I love the top of the crest. That's very pretty. So there's that. It's just a little piece. It won't be very large. But I'm excited to have the Gryffindor crest. Ta-da! Okay. I said the designer. I don't know if I said the fabric. I probably did, but it's 30 count parchment linen. Okay. Next, Saturday, May 28th. This was a struggle. It was a struggle because I decided I didn't like the project I had planned. What I had planned was a freebie by Brooks Books. Sparkling Autumn Leaves. And calls for 14 count brown perforated paper, which I happen to have a sheet of from my days when I had my Stitchy Box subscription. This came in one of the Stitchy boxes, and I got started, but you may not be able to see it. My stitches are ugly. They're uneven. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like them. My stitches on perforated paper, I mean, you know, it's a different technique, stitching on perforated paper. But with the small pieces, the cut pieces, like for the Mill Hill kits, I can manage that a lot better than I could manage this. I was doing this like funky thing where I was trying to two-hand stitch, but that didn't really work. But one-handed stitching wasn't really working. Anyway, I didn't like it, and if I didn't like it even from the process, and I didn't like the product either, like, that's a no-brainer. So I scrapped this project and I said, never mind. I had thought to just let it go, to not have the new start for the day, because, I mean, I finished at 36 and my original plan was just 31. So I would have been fine to not have a new start, but like the thought kept niggling in my head. It was just like, you can't skip a day. It's Maynia. If you chose to do an extra start on one day, that doesn't mean that you get a free pass on a day just because you don't like the one that you started. So I got searching for an alternate free pattern to do. And I almost started X is for cross stitch by, there's two versions actually. There's an XYZ on the Rainbow Gallery website. There's also the X is for cross stitch on Brooks Books, which I thought might be kind of cool. I wanted to do an X because I think I've talked about this before, but basically my X Stitch app, everything's alphabetical. I've been trying to find an X pattern. Anywho, I didn't love either of those options. I felt very much like it was just like starting it just for the sake of having a start, and I didn't like that. So then I started looking through my pattern stash. And I found a bunch of things that I wanted to start. And then I found one that I didn't pay for. It was a free pattern. I'm going to show you a preview here. It is the Red Quaker Sampler. And this is designed by Cheryl Hall. It is provided freely by Needle Knowledge. And I'll be sure to link that below if I can remember to do that. And I decided to go with that. I have always loved this sampler because it's, while it's a Red Quaker sampler, it almost looks red and orange, which isn't a far cry from maroon and orange. The pattern doesn't call for threads. It says pick 2 shades and go for it. So I started it using DMC 814 and 3843. And I thought that it was kind of perfect to start this on Saturday the 28th because that was the original date set for our wedding. So why not? And I started this on 28 count Lambswool Jobelin by Witchelt. And that's the start I got in. I would have stitched so much more on this because I can feel that this one will be addicting. And like I finished this motif minus the back stitching. It would be so easy to just like finish a motif and then start another one. But we went to go hang out with some friends, so I didn't keep going. So that's the top left corner. Start it up. And this is a little sampler, so this fabric is way too big. But I am quickly deciding that Jobelin is not my favorite fabric. I don't think I'm an even weave girl. I really think I'm just a linen stitcher. And I'm cool with that. But in the meantime, it will really look nice for this. So that is all gravy. Okay. Next, we have Sunday the 29th. We're getting close to the end here already. Sunday the 29th. Oh, I was so excited to start this. So excited. This is The Reader by Joan Elliott. And I am starting this. Last week I said it was 32 count. It's actually a 28 count, and it's Gingerbread Cashel. And this was my start. How beautiful do those blues look against the brown? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Floss tube nose itch. Okay. Somebody's talking about me in their video. That's what that means. That's what that means, you guys. If your nose itches on your video, it means somebody's talking about you on their video. So I'm going with it. Anyway, so yeah. Love the way those blues are playing out. I decided to start in the bottom corner over here. So starting with her beautiful, beautiful skirts. Ugh. Seriously, I want that outfit. It looks so uncomfortable and so warm. So that's where I got to with this. I had planned on stitching more on it, but since I knew that today was going to be a crazy day and I wasn't going to spend a whole lot of time with Danny today, I figured that I may as well spend some time with him. Plus there was Game of Thrones. So yeah. Anyway, so that's the reader, and I love her. I love her. I cannot wait to get back to her. Seriously. I am quickly becoming a big-time Joan Elliott fan. I don't love everything that she does, but man, there are so many things that I'm just obsessed with of hers. That being one of them for sure. Okay. Next we have Monday the 30th. Memorial Day. And I found another start that I was not so excited about. I just decided that I wasn't excited about this. You'll be seeing a preview image of it here. It is the Teacup Herbs, I still feel like that sounds weird, series by Sharon Pope. It's from Just Cross Stitch. The one that I started with is Sage, and it is from the May-June 2015 issue. So I started this on the same fabric as Primrose Carrot. It's the 28 count lambswool Dublin. And I didn't measure or anything, I just went for it. So I figured if I started Primrose up here, then I may as well flip down to the bottom quadrant so that I'm safe and not interrupting anything. Because I didn't feel like measuring. I was not excited about this. I was not excited about this to the point where I was looking through my magazines again, seeing if there was anything else that I could start. Plenty that I could have started, but I decided not to, and I'm so glad that I did, because I love this. That, like, mosaic style border is, like, making my heart smile. And I decided to work on all of the colors, so essentially the black, the pink, and the green. I finished up the pink, because these are herbs, they're mostly green. But sage does have that sort of flowering bit. And I absolutely love it. I'm looking forward to backstitching it because that will bring it to life a little bit more, I think. It'll make it more dimensional. But I'm tickled. I'm just tickled. I really do enjoy this. So, looking forward to getting back to that. I sound like a broken record. I'm sorry, guys, if that's annoying. So yeah, I'll get back to that eventually. As with everything else. Okay. Last but not least, we've made it, you guys. My last start for Stitch Mania 2016. I did it. I made a new start every single day. I stitched for at least an hour every single day. This last one was like the perfect one to cap it off, truly. So this is Summer by the Cricket Collection. You guys know my obsession with the Cricket Collection style series like these. And I started in the middle with that great big sunflower. Okay. So there we are. I got the sunflower done. Now there's a reason that I got the sunflower done. There's a couple of reasons actually. Let me fold this up so I can bring it in good and close. The reason that I got the sunflower done is that yesterday was my aunt's 50th birthday. And her favorite flower just so happens to be the sunflower. Which, I swear to you, I promise I did not plan this out, that I was going to start this project on this day because of her birthday. I thought her birthday was on the 30th, not the 31st. So, like, there was no planning involved. That was purely coincidental. And then I'm measuring out my fabric. I decided I'm going to start in the middle on this one. And I'm like, oh, that's a sunflower. And then I'm thinking, her birthday's today. Sunflowers. Oh my gosh, I'm going to finish the sunflower. So I did. Just finished it up. The other reason is it being the last day of Maynia. I just wanted to make sure I really got into it a little bit. So that is that. Okay, I thought I was going to have to pause there because I thought I was getting ready to sneeze, but I didn't. So just keep rolling. And this fabric is 32 count pastel lilac. It is a pale pink. It's very pale. While I was stitching yesterday, I asked Danny to look at it and tell me what color it was, and he said, white? No, it's pale pink. But I think it'll be okay with these letters. There are a couple of them that are mostly white. If it's an issue, then I will backstitch them. So, no big deal. No big deal. And that is summer. So many colors in this pattern. Let me show you guys this. That's crazy. There's so many of them. So, anyway. And all together now, I'm so looking forward to getting back to that. Ugh. I'm sure that you guys are so ready for these videos to end just so I can stop saying that. I'm ready to stop saying it. Okay, there's that. So then, today is June 1st. So a couple of things happening today, as we've mentioned. First up is my new start for today. And that is, ready for it, June by the Cricut Collection. And it is on 32 count pastel lilac Belfast linen from Zweigart. Just the exact same fabric. This one, the letters are white. So I may be backstitching them. We'll see what the contrast looks like. So I was working on kitting up yesterday, just making sure I had this ready. And I'm looking at this fabric and I'm like, every single one of my monthly fabrics is different. So April is on a 32 count Witchell. May is on a 28 count Zweigart. And June will be on a 32 count Zweigart. So just get a whole mess of different things. But the good news is the way that I'm going to finish these, the way that I plan on finishing these, it's not going to matter that they're all different fabrics or different sizes. So I'm okay with that. I have contemplated starting April over on a Zweigart fabric just because they are so different. But I'm so far along on April that I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to finish it and I'm sure it will be just fine. Okay, next, and I don't think I'm going to get to this today, but we have the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries Pumpkin Passport. Don't know what the block is yet because it comes out about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, thereabouts, 5 in California, so yeah, about 8 here. And so that's my progress as of this point. This project is likely going up with us on our honeymoon, and I'll work on this when I have downtime on our honeymoon. So there's that. And then we have Wine and Whips starting today. I showed you guys last week my 4 projects. Quick shout out to Elizabeth Running Stitch for cheering on for Frosty Knot Garden. I watched that this morning. That was hilarious. I am starting with, oh good, it's the first one right here. I am going to start with Shades of Wine by Northern Expressions Needlework. The reason I'm starting with this is that it will travel very easily. I don't have to stitch this on Millennium, and I'm getting married on Saturday, so why not start with this one? So real quickly, here's where I am. This is 40 count alabaster linen from Zweigart. It is a Newcastle. That's what 40 count, I guess, is. And that's where I'm at with that. So my plans for Wine and Whips are to switch projects every Wednesday, being that, you know, the month started on Wednesday today. Next week is going to be a little bit different because we get back from vacation on Friday. So I'm just going to stick with this up until we get back rather than take another project with us. We're going to an amusement park, so the amount of stitching time that I'm going to get is probably pretty limited. So when we get back on Friday, then I'm going to switch projects, and it's just not going to have as many days. It's just 2 days less, and I'm okay with that because that one is Be Thankful, which, not looking forward to this. So that's the plan for that. And then the last project that I had to show you is something that I've already gotten started on. This is the Clouds Factory Postcards from the World. This released really early today, and so I've gotten started on it. I had these crazy ideas that I was going to finish the block before I started recording, but like always, the blocks take longer than anticipated. So I'm going to just go ahead and show you the progress that I've made on it. So this month we are in Giza, Egypt. And that's where I got to. Okay, I'm going to take this thing off because it's heavy and making everything really awkward. Oh, I really wrenched that thing on tight. Okay, there we go. Much better. Okay, so we have our camel, we have one of the pyramids of Giza, and another pyramid, the super hot bright sun. I've basically stitched golds and browns. But okay, I have to tell you guys this story. It's going to make you think I'm ridiculous, and I don't even care. This morning, I woke up. Danny woke me up. He's like, hey, gotta get ready, gotta go to work. I'm like, okay. And I said to him, hey, Mike, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? If you've seen the commercial, then you know what I'm talking about. Today is Wednesday. So mind you, this is like as I'm gaining consciousness. He's like, I can't believe you just did that. That thing is like so 2015. I'm like, I know. Can't help it. It's in my head. So pull up my iPad, open my email, and there's a stinking camel. Like, what is that? That's crazy, crazy talk. There's a camel. None of the other blocks are featuring any animals, but this one has a camel, of all days. And June 1st just happens to land on a Wednesday. Like, I couldn't have written the story myself. So, a couple of things about this. If you are doing the postcards from the world, I urge you to have a look through your pattern that you downloaded today and look at the top border of each of the frames. You will notice what I noticed too late, and that is that the top border, you can see it's kind of, I don't know, there's like little spaces. So we've got like a stretch of stitches and then blank, one, blank, stretch of stitches, blank, one. Yeah. You see that? Now look at June. It's a solid line. Not only that, but May backwards are all that like dots, I guess, with blank spaces. June moving forward are all a solid line. So I am going to have to go back and fix the top border of all of the previous ones so that that top line is a solid line, because that will drive me insane. And I'm not going to rip out this border for June in order to fix it. It's just going to be a solid line. It's easier to add in the 4 stitches per block than to rip that out and do it again. So goofy. So if you haven't started your block yet, if you haven't done your frames yet, if you are more observant than I am, there's that. Something else, I made a small change. My buddy doesn't have a name yet. I thought about calling him Mike, but I think that his companion here on this block is going to be named Mike. The camel now has a tail. He wasn't charted with a tail, but I felt it important that he had one, so I gave him one. And so I'm going to get back to this once I finish this recording here, once we get it uploaded, and get that block finished. I'd really, really like to get it finished today. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'd really like to. So there we have it. Now my fabric for this is 28 count Monet Cashel. Picture this plus fabric. I love it. And my needle minder is by Nifty Needle Nannies. This was a collaborative gift between Julie of Nifty Needle Nannies and Tracy P. Thor Goes on Adventures. So there's that. I'll get back to that. I'll show it to you the next time I record. Speaking of which, I've received several comments alluding to the fact that they really like my Wednesday schedule. So do I. I really do. So I'm going to do what I can to keep up with it. Next week is going to be a little different. I am debating pre-recording something and then just having it post Wednesday, or just waiting. So we'll see. We'll see what I come up with. I thought about saving all of my retail therapy for that, but my retail therapy won't be here for me to show you, so we'll just roll with it. So that's what I've got for projects, both recent finishes, current works in progress. As far as plans, oh, that's what I want to talk about. There's also been several questions about rotations. A lot of us maniacs are trying to figure out what we're doing moving forward. And here's what I've got. Here's what my plan is. I am going to be doing a pseudo whip a day. So I've got my whips all organized on the X-Stitch app. And every day I am going to switch whips. I am going alphabetical because if I go by what I want to work on, then the things that I don't want to work on are just going to sit there. However, it's not going to be every day that I switch whips. So there's a couple of stipulations. My Mill Hill kits, I have maybe 2 or 3 days left on those. I would like to get some of these Maynia things done. So if I'm close to a finish on a project, then I'm going to give it some extra time. Up to 3 days. So, for instance, my St. Nick Mill Hill kit, maybe 3 days left on it. I can give it 3 days if I want. My Chatelaine Easter Egg 2009 freebie, that I maybe need an hour and then it's done. So that is kind of what I'm going to do. In addition to that, earlier this year, I told you guys that there were 8 projects that I wanted to absolutely get done. They were 8 projects from 2015 or 2014 that I wanted to finish this year. When I run into those projects on my rotation, I'm going to give those projects 5 days apiece. 5 solid days. Because, sorry, I'm getting uncomfortable. I still have goals to get those done, or as close to as I possibly can. So yeah, So we'll just, we're going to give that a try and see what happens. You guys know how much I love dropped frames, right? Yeah, that happened. That's the second time that's happened today. I don't know what's going on. I might need to unload some stuff from my laptop or something. Anyway, long story short, my rotation will be loosely based on a daily rotation. I want to finish these 8 projects, will get 5 days. If I'm close to a finish, I will give that project as many days as it takes, up to 3 days, tops. If I don't particularly care for the project that I'm working on in a day, then I get to switch it. My Heaven and Earth designs, I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do that, because those pieces, I mean, one day, not really a whole lot of progress going to be made. So maybe I'll give those a column, so I will get at least a column done, however many days that takes. And we'll just go from there. We'll just see what we can do. If I am particularly in love with a project, I will give it up to 2 days. Because I can see myself, like, for instance, The Reader, or Bold Band Sampler by Chatelaine, or what are some of the other big ones that I started that I really, really love? Queen Mermaid by Mirabilia. I could see myself putting everything else aside and focusing on those for weeks. And I don't want to do that because I have 70 whips as of the end of today. I believe I think I have one more. Yeah, I have one more planned new start by the end of June. I have 2 for July. So, I mean, I've got a pile of whips, and I don't want to focus on anything for too long because I don't want those other projects to get forgotten about. So, that's the plan. Now, the question is, where am I going to be starting on the alphabet? Because a part of me feels like starting from the top, and a part of me feels like picking randomly, and a part of me feels like the last whip that I will work on before this gets started, because I'm not doing this next week while I'm on my honeymoon. I think the last whip that I'll be working on will probably be Pumpkin Passport. So do I start after that? I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. The world is my oyster. I will take from it. But I'm looking forward to Stephanie from Miss Oh So Crafty. She put it into words in ways that I only wish I could. She said that she's really looking forward to getting a chance to really sink her teeth into a project. And that's what I miss. I am so excited to finally be able to spend more than an hour on these projects that I'm really in love with. And that I've said for the last 31 days or so. Gosh, I can't wait to get back to that. So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. And, yeah, stitching. Yay! Okay. The last thing that I have is some retail therapy. These are all digital. So first I'm going to start with this design that Stitching Joanne pointed out to me. Yeah, the second that I saw it, bought it because, oh my gosh, it's so perfect. So you'll be seeing a preview image of it here. I can't remember the name of the designer. To be honest, I don't even think I looked at the name of the designer. But it's Bulldogs, but like in a monthly series. Maybe I should start that today. Yeah, that might be happening. Yeah, because I don't have enough projects, so I need another one. Anyway, so love that in their various outfits. The next 2 projects are by Seba Designs. Seba or Seba or Seba, I'm not entirely sure. Due to changes in Turkish law, the owner behind, I'm going to go with Siba because that's what I always say in my head, Siba Designs, has decided to close her shop. And it's really, really unfortunate, but I'm sure that if the cost of running business is too high, then you do what you got to do. So she is currently having sort of like a, hey, I'm closing shop sale, where you can get any of her patterns for $2 on Etsy. I'll be sure to link that down below. I don't know how long it's going. Shout out to Lucretia for pointing this out. I bought 2. I could have bought her entire shop, but I bought 2. The first is a chakra design. It's all black work, but it is absolutely stunning. And then the second design is called the Freedom black work. I believe it's a black work sampler. So basically, this design is super cool because she gives you the general frame, and then she gives you options. So there's sections where it's like a bigger block, and she gives you a few options. And then there are smaller ones where you can pick one of these. You pick your own colors. It's like freedom. No brainer. So really love that. Love that whole design concept. So I had to get that for $2. My goodness. So that is that. And then I bought 3 Hades. Yeah. So during the 50% off sale, I saw that there were some people who had purchased 8, 10, 15, 20 Hades during the 50% off sale because, hello, 50% off. And I thought, I can't do that because if I'm going to buy 20 Hades on the 50% off sale, that's like buying 10 full priced. So then here we are with a 30% off sale, and I bought 3. The irony is not lost on me. I understand the hypocrisy of that entire last sentence, paragraph, monologue, whatever. The good news is I love all 3. So we have that. So I'm going to show them to you here. The first is The Storyteller by Chris Ortega. This should come as no surprise to anybody. I am a storyteller. Generally speaking, if there's a stitch along going on in Stitch Mania, and somebody needs a reason for justifying why a project should fit that, they ask me. Just come up with a story for me. I remember specifically for the, was it Fall Family Friends Fun Food? Or was it the Halloween? Something where I told this elaborate story of how all of these projects of mine were all going to get together. Like have a house party or something for Halloween. I don't know. It was bananas. On top of that, I am working on my writing. I like to tell stories. I think that stories are important. And I'm not going to go into that too far, but nonetheless, we have the storyteller. And I am working on writing a short story to go along with this piece. Just because I think it's cool. She's a storyteller. Or maybe she's the subject of a storyteller. Who knows? So, love that. And then, because I bought that Chris Ortega, I had to buy the other Chris Ortega that I was, tripping over my feet for. And that is the White Queen. Now, I did not just get the White Queen. I got the White Queen Max Colors because I feel like this piece, in all of its, I think, 210 colors, will be stunning. So beautiful. So I'm really excited about that. And then I bought a Stephanie Poumonla. You'll be seeing it here. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is a part of her Zodiac series, and this is Taurus. I am a Taurus. You will notice a common theme with these 3. There's a lot of green. I'm feeling the green right now. I'm digging green. like mint green, but then also the deeper greens. I don't know. Must have something to do with spring, summer. Who knows? Feeling the green. So, anyway, those were my purchases. No planned start date. Pretty much just stashing them away. As you do. So, that's pretty much all I've got for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all of your love and support in my channel here. One other thing that I wanted to let you know is that this August, I think August, is my 3-year floss tube anniversary. I've been doing this for 3 years now. And that is cause for celebration. So there will be some giveaway details, not today. So if you're commenting below entering some giveaway, it doesn't exist yet. So upcoming, there will be some details about said giveaway, and I'm going to give a boatload of time for people to enter that because we are all so very far behind. And this is a giveaway that I've been promising for far too long. I've had most of it ready to go for about a year now, but I've decided to expand it. So, anyway, long story short, 3-year floss tube anniversary coming up. Yay! How did I get on that? Oh, I was saying thank you. Because I wouldn't be here for 3 years if it wasn't for you guys. So, thanks. Alright, I'm out of here. I'm going to go stitch, and then I'm going to get married, and then I'm going on a honeymoon. See you later, bye.